Ladies and gentlemen, bullies and punks, you already know they call me the Noid because I have no ID and you have no idea. They banned me for a whole year. I guess it's true what they say, yeah, about truth. It stings and it hits a whole lot different from a lie. They came for me on so many levels, but you already know who it is, man. You're always flashy, you're always classy. Iceberg, Audemars rockin', ghost face, Goonian, and I'm bad. That was a little much, wasn't it? What's up, guys? I'm here. I'm back in the building. We're here. They try to ban me and all kind of stuff. That's a story for another day. This hand is a story for another day. You saw the thumbnail, so you already know what it is. You saw the title, you know what it is. America's in a weird space right now. It's a lot of crazy shit going on, and racism is insane right now. It's insane. There's a narrative going around that is being repeated by a lot of racist white people, even a lot of racist Hispanics. I've seen it all. Some of the videos I've seen in the comments from people are crazy, and it seems like they're all aimed at one community, the so-called black community. And I say so-called black because my skin isn't black, it's brown, understand? Okay? Just like your skin isn't white, it's like reddish or whatever the case may be. Whatever. I call it shit for how I see it. Narratives are going around like we're just the criminals and we're just the worst things crawling God's earth. And it's not true. It's not true at all. It's really, really, really not. But for some reason, whenever we talk about violence and everything that's bad with the world, we tend to be the poster childs for it. That shit's going to stop. That's just going to stop. And I know some of you are not going to like this video, but if you've been watching me in the past, you already know I don't care. I don't give a shit. You can get mad all you want, unfollow, whatever the case may be. Other people will see this, and open-minded people will understand exactly what this is, and they're going to agree with me, because I'm not going to see anything that's false. It's never been my style. And if you look at my old videos, I've talked about my people as well. I talked about everybody. That's what I do here. I'm not one of these punk ass people like Nick Fuentes, Myron Gaines, bitch ass. I'm none of these guys. Andrew Tate too. You said some stupid shit. Like I'm coming after all you guys, straight up. Anton Daniels, you too. Tatum, all of you. I'm coming after all of you. So this is not just an all dumping on all white thing. We're coming for the bootlickers too. I'm coming after all of you. That's you too, Candace. All of you. I'm coming after all of you. Cause the bullshit is gonna stop. And you already know, here at the wall, all the bullshit stops. And you already know what comes next. Gang, gang.
We use words, they use bullets.
This is the man who shot Charlie Kirk. This is the man who shot Trump. This is the man who killed Melissa Hortman. This is the man who tried to kill John Hoffman. This is the man who tried to kill Paul Pelosi. This is the man who killed an Obama-appointed judge's son. This is the man who hired hitmen to kill Democrats. This is the man who ran over a left-wing activist and killed her. This is the man responsible for the Austin bombing. This is the man who sent pipe bombs to Obama, Biden, and Hillary Clinton. This is the man who shot Gabby Gifford. This is the man who tried to kidnap Gretchen Whitmer. Oh, and this man, and this man, and this man, this man, this man, this man, this man, this man, and this man. This is the man who set Josh Shapiro's house on fire. This is the Oklahoma bomber. This is his accomplice. These are just a few of the men who beat police officers on January 6th. I can think of a few things they have in common, and it's not the way they use their words or their left-wing politics.
That was a lot. The video just started and that was already a lot. That was a lot. Now, those crimes, those are horrific crimes, and if you've seen the nature of them, those are horrific. We didn't do those. So the thing about it is, why isn't anybody talking about white crime or white on white crime? The whole incident with Charlie Kirk, I don't condone violence on any level. I just don't, unless it's defending yourself, okay? What happened to him is very unfortunate. But at the same time, he did tell a lot of lies. Like, for instance, he would say black people were committing all the crimes, but he would never, ever, ever talk about the crimes that white people commit. Meaning that he will leave the interpretation to be on one side that they're just so bad and everyone on this side is just so good. And we know that's not the truth. Now, when it comes to crime, and you're going to see in other videos, white people kill their own people at the highest rate. Black people kill their own people at the highest rate, and so on and so on and so on, okay? All right, so let's just be real about that. Let's just be real about the statistics here. And he did a very good job of blurring those lines by just simply not telling the truth. And you're going to have the coons and bootlickers that are following him are going to say, oh, he was telling nothing but the truth. No, he wasn't. And just like anybody, you could take Adolf Hitler. Adolf Hitler even said some truths. Two things can be true at the same time. He can tell some truths and he can tell some lies. Both of those things can be true at the same time, and that's what he did. Charlie Kirk was no different. Now, before you guys get your panties stuck up your ass, oh, you're calling him Hitler. I didn't call him Hitler. I just simply said that he was a liar on a lot of levels. Do I believe he was a racist? Yes, I do believe he was a racist, flat out. I'm not one of those people afraid to, to say it. We gotta be real about the conversation. We're going to have the conversation, all right? We just gotta be real. The knife slices both ways. White people commit hella crimes, black people commit hella crimes. No one is better than the other, and that's what it is in the regard of committing crimes. Understand? Fuck, man.
These black people are really struggling, and they're turning into these maniacs. It seems like they don't do anything right. They're obnoxious, they're rude, they're inconsiderate, aggressive, cruel. And, look, nobody hates black people for being black. If there are people like that, I think that's exceedingly rare. And I don't consider myself one of them. The reason that people have negative attitudes about black people is because most people's interactions with black people are negative. Most people's interactions with black people is when you're stuck in traffic and you see a Nissan Altima speeding down the shoulder. And you say, what the fuck? You're not supposed to do that. If everybody did that, it would just be another lane, and, not everybody can do that. But it's like these people have no respect for decorum. They think the rules don't apply to them.
I couldn't listen anymore of that shit. Nick Fuentes is a punk bitch, flat out. And it would never be a good thing for him and I to ever meet each other. It just wouldn't. We would make the news for all the wrong reasons, and he would get the bad side of that. Trust me. You're saying that it's rare that there are people who hate black people just because they're black? That's a lie. There are plenty of them. You know what they're called? They're called hate groups. They're called Nazis. They're called KKK members. What are you talking about, man? What are you talking? See, this is what I mean. This is why you will always have this divide going on, because you always have one side who just wants to see it one way. You gave an example of in traffic, people are riding down these people. First of all, these people is crazy to me. Riding down the shoulder, and come on, man. If you want to use traffic as an example, let's take all the cases of white people in traffic who have gotten out their cars and blown people's heads off just because somebody cut in front of them. Do you really want to have that conversation? I can pull tons of those videos right now. But you know who's not doing that at a high level? Yeah. Yeah. You don't want to go there. You don't want to go there. You said aggressive. Okay, so what are a group of white dudes running around screaming, white man fight back, white man fight back? I guess that's not aggressive, even though they're saying this when one of their own people killed one of their white idols. But it was aimed at us. We were on the sideline. We weren't even in play for that. We were on the bench chilling, watching the game. And you guys are mad at the people in the audience because the other team dunked on you. It makes no sense at all. That was a dope analogy just now. It makes no sense at all. You people who think that way are fucking stupid. And Nick Fuentes is a punk bitch. He's a keyboard warrior who sits behind his keyboard and talks shit. He's the same guy who was using an N-word over and over and over and over. Went on this little corny ass show with Candace Owens and spewed all these lies. Africa didn't have any civilization. That's crazy, especially when you took so much from them to build yours, including some of their land, just like you did here. So that's crazy to me. So in other words, you think because somebody doesn't live a European way that they're living a bad way. It seemed like they were happy before you guys came along. And if you look at your way, I mean, shit, look at the shape the world is in right now because of your society.
Your white skin is so beautiful. Why do you go to the beach and burn yourself to a crisp trying to get brown if it's so wonderful to be white? And if you love your thin lips, why are you going to the doctor getting collagen injected and telling me my lips are too big? Don't, you know, that's my thing. That trips me out. Whenever, you know, white girls come to me, oh, your butt is so big. And it's like, well, why do you go get on that stair stepper at Holiday Health Spa trying to get your butt as big as mine? And being white is so wonderful. I don't understand why all these white teenagers don't stay white.
She has a great point. She made several great points. Again, YouTube, TikTok, even on X, you know what I'm saying? You have, and this is not all, but you have a good number of these racist Caucasians who go on these platforms and spew all this stuff about how bad it is to be us, how they would never want to be us, call us names, put up pictures of monkeys next to us, all types of racist, nasty, dirty things they do. By the way, that the people who, you know, Nick claim are not aggressive or who are not rude or who are not, stop it, bro. If life is so great, why do you do these things? It's a good question. Why do you get tan? Why are you getting your lips injected? Why are you getting BBLs? Why do you want a Stairmaster? Like, come on, man. But on the flip side of things, and a lot of you coons do this too, you'll say black women are trying to be like white girls because they straighten their hair or wear a weave. Newsflash, a lot of Caucasian females wear weaves too. They wear fake lashes too, a lot of them. In fact, I saw a video, guy had up there, he was talking about, you know, that exact same thing, and he went on Amazon and come to find out the largest hair weave purchase on Amazon was Caucasian women. It's the truth. and you know, it just amazes me how stereotypes get thrown around about one side that actually applies to the other side. And I have a lot of Caucasian homies. I'm cool with a lot of them. I don't hate anyone. But when you bring hate to me and bring hate against my people and you slander them and you just outright just lying or nasty to them, that's a declaration of war to me. Believe that. Believe that. And some of my Caucasian friends would feel the same way because we don't condone the racism on any level. If you want to come in here and chill, enjoy the culture, learn from it, that's fine. But if you want to create a problem, we can turn it into a problem. You don't see us on these platforms calling Caucasian people names. We're not doing that. And those who do, majority of the time is because the line has already been crossed. We don't just go out our way trying to do things to people. It's not so. Sure, we have our own issues within our own race. A lot of you other races have your own issues as well. Find me, show me a race on this planet that doesn't have their own issues or violence against their own people. Show me one, and I'll call you a fucking liar. These are things that don't get talked about. And I've heard many Caucasian people on YouTube, TikTok, and other places say, oh, when crimes are done to white people, it never makes the news. And that's a lie. It's not true at all. But those two posts you just saw, they weren't blasted all over the news. I guarantee you, most of you never even heard about those two incidents. I guarantee you have. I guarantee the majority of you have no knowledge that those two things took place. Those two slayings took place. It wasn't black people that did them, so-called black people. It was Caucasians who did it. So I mean, I don't get it, man. You can't talk about one side and not talk about the other. You gotta be real about it. You gotta be real about it. You just, oh, good fucking grief.
Unfortunately, since the Unite the Right rally, we have seen a number of alt-right style white supremacists engage in murderous rampages, not just killing one person, but often engaging in major shooting sprees, as we've seen in Pittsburgh, in El Paso, in Buffalo, and elsewhere. This small number of lone wolf white supremacists just causing tremendous grief and anguish for entire communities. The unfortunate fact is it doesn't take a lot of extremists to cause problems far disproportionate to their numbers. And so there's no minimum safe number of hardcore white supremacists that we can have, because even one can go out and commit an atrocity.
What did that punk bitch say? What did he say? We're the aggressor. We're the only aggressive people. We're the only angry people. We're the only one that's committing crimes. Nobody is hating us just for the simple fact that we are who we are. That's what he said. So what do you call that? What do you call that? What you just looked at, what do you call that? I know a lot of you are not with this behavior. I know that. I know that. Again, I can never be so ignorant to say that all of you are racist. That's dumb. That's dumb. Just like it's dumb to say that all black people are violent. Especially considering that less than 1%, less than 0.5% of us are in prison for violent crimes. Less than that. Like, come on, man. But if you leave it to them and their talking points, it makes it look like all of us are criminals. Which I have to say, if we're committing all the crimes, right? Billions of people in this country, if we're committing all the crimes, and you can't have it both ways, it's either we're committing all the crimes and where our numbers are bigger than what you say it is, or you're lying. It can only be those two ways. Now, I know some bootlickers will come on here and say, no, we're talking about percentages. That's just because there are more white people. That's fine. So we're gonna take percentages over actual numbers. That's the other argument that racist people like to use. They love to use this percentage thing. How about we look at actual numbers? Let's break down the crime statistics and look at the actual numbers of the crimes that are being committed by each race. When you look at it that way, yeah, the view begins to change. The narrative changes quickly when you look at it that way. But nobody wants to have that conversation. Bitch boys like Myron Gaines and the bullshit he talks, you don't want to have that conversation because it would destroy his narrative. Bitch Fuentes will never want to have that conversation. Even Anton and some of these other coons on here don't want to have that conversation. I keep it 1,000. My gun is aimed at everybody right now.
If you seriously believe the 13% of the population and 50% of the crime, you need to get fact-checked, and I'm about to do it to you. In 2016, white people committed 70% of the convicted crime, and black people only committed 27%. Then in 2017, white people committed 68% of the reported crime, and black people only committed 26% of it. And in 2024, white people committed 53% of the reported crime, while black people only committed 25%. So this narrative on 13% of the population, 50% of the crime is wrong. You know who actually commits 50% of the crime? White people. But guess what stat black people are 13% of the population and 50% in? Exonerations. You know, when they're wrongly convicted, all you're doing by spreading this fake fact is allowing more people to profile and be racist towards black people. You know what's the highest percentage of people who are victims of white people? Black people. And if you look at all the shootings, guess who are the shooters? White dudes. So let's all think long and hard on who actually commits 50% of the crime.
It's not even a whole lot that even needs to be said after that. Little man broke it down. Little man broke it down. How many more times do you have to hear it? The narratives you guys are pushing are false. They're false. I don't even have to say anything after that. Little man broke it down. Little man broke it down. I don't even have to say anything after that. I'm gonna just sit back and I'm gonna leave that one alone. He said it all. Wow. Look at that. 57% of all violent crimes are by white males. 57%. 70% of sex offenses, white males. 66% of forcible rape, white males. 58% of aggravated assaults, white males. 42% of all murders, white males. 91% of family homicides, meaning killing your spouses, killing your children, and all that stuff. 91% white males. 53% of serial killers, white males. 62% of mass killings, white males, and this is according to FBI statistics. It's not my words, FBI statistics. You can go look it up. So, you can argue with me, but you can't argue with those statistics. They are what they are. They are what they are. It's right there. They are what they are. Yeah, they are what they are. Shit's crazy.
White people make up the majority of the federal prison population in the United States of America. And this was from last week. Numbers don't lie. Check the scoreboard. Like, why? And my thing is this. The amount of white people that keep commenting and saying, well, that's because white people are the majority. Thank you. My point. But when we start talking about the racial stereotypes of black people on government assistance, of black people receiving food stamp Section 8, of black people being incarcerated, people act as if black people are the majority. And they're not in any of these situations. Is their rate higher per capita? Yes. Are they the majority? Fuck no.
And she's right. We gotta stop trying to hide behind percentages and look at the actual numbers. Crime for crime, victim for victim. When you start looking at that, it paints a bigger picture than just using small statistics. That's the numbers that racist people like to hide behind, little statistics. Bootlickers like to hide behind them as well. Yeah. I just showed you the stats. Again, you can go and look up FBI statistics and see it for yourself. It completely throws a brick through that glass house of racism that a lot of you hide behind. Yeah.
The number one offender type is biological fathers, but by far it is being done by middle-aged Caucasian men. Many, over half of them, college graduates. Many of them are educated, good jobs. This isn't just who we're thinking about. Like, they're you know, technical savvy, and I think that it is time that we call them out. Like, that we can't stand by and stand back. Like, we have to stand up and say, not only are we not doing our job as men, it's actually the opposite. Instead of being defenders and protectors of our families, we're hurting and abusing.
Tim Tebow, former NFL player. His words, not mine. And there's another video that I'm gonna show you guys. I'm even gonna put it on this one. It's sickening. But you guys are, it's about to get real here on the wall. Trust me, it's about to get real. If you think this video is a lot, trust me, it's about to get real. It's about to get really, really real.
Oh, honey, you can't be racist to white people. You might be thinking of racial prejudice, but that also doesn't apply here. Because I was simply sharing facts. When it comes to unaliving their intimate partner, or their family, or even their infant, also the elders. Look at that, yeah, 54.4% white offenders. 59.2% for the family there. 55.4, 54.5. So as you can see, white men with anger problems is indeed relevant to a family homicide. Let's not even get into the data on serial killers. Would you really be surprised to know that they tend to be white men? Because 82% are. And think about all the school unalivers. What were they? Yeah, they tend to be white males. And saying that doesn't make me racist. It makes me accurate.
Again, how do you argue with that? The facts are the facts. Again, another one where I don't really have to even say anything. I don't even have to say anything. At the end of the day, both sides have their issues. All races have their issues. I'm gonna keep driving that point. There's no just us are the poster child for violence. No, and I'm not gonna let that slide. And for you racists out there, and for you bootlickers out there who are trying to drive that point that it's just all one side, that's done, man. That's done. A lot of these other people on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, they scratch the surface. No, they dance around certain things. I don't dance. I sit at the bar and I drink shots. You understand? You understand? I don't dance around anything. I keep it 1,000, 1,000,000, a Billy Goat. It's the only way I know how to be. It's the only way I know how to be. Now, you're gonna get some people, they're gonna come here and say, oh, he's hiding behind a mask. I'm not hiding behind a mask. This is a character. If you look at my old videos, I started off this way. But you do know what it does mean? It means for you bootlickers out there, your Myrons, your Antons, your Sneakos, all y'all corny punk bitches, your Nick Fuente, whatever his bitch ass name is. What it means for you is, I can easily just walk up and shake your hand and you will have no idea that it was me. Yeah. And before they say he threatened us, I didn't threaten you. I just find it funny that I will be able to walk up and shake your hand and then get back on video and talk my shit about you and you have no idea. Just to see you walk around on eggshells for a little bit. So, and you know, Andrew Tate, you said some disparaging things about us. For somebody whose father is so-called black, when you were going through all your shit, you were quick to bring that fact that I'm part black. What are you talking about? I'm not racist, I'm part black. What are they talking about? That was you. That was you. Now all of a sudden, your comment that you made, you use your black side depending on how you're feeling. You know how ignorant that is? That's ignorant. I don't care how anybody feels about it. Your fan, your soy boy fan base, I don't care. I don't care how you feel about it. There's nothing you can really do with me. Nick Fuentes, you're a punk bitch. Myron Gaines, you're a bigger bitch than him. You'll handle women, but you won't handle a man. And here's an easy way to stop all of that for those on the Fresh and Fit show. And I challenge all the women, not just black women, but white women too, Caucasian, however, whatever, Hispanic women, all of you, simply stop going on their show. Don't be such a fiend for attention that you will demean yourself just to be seen by their audience. Their audience is there to laugh at you when this punk bitch Myron tries to go in on you. And Fresh is a pussy too. I mean, he a pussy. Chris is a pussy too. Yeah. Chris a pussy too. I don't care how you feel about it. I don't care if you don't like it. You got a problem, we can square. It's not a problem for me. Y'all pussy. It takes a real pussy to sit there night after night and bully a bunch of females and carefully select these females. Bring some intellectual women on that show. See how quickly you get embarrassed, mister. We talk to thousands of girls every 20 seconds. Give a fuck how many people you talk to. Who cares? Sit down with some real men. What's my man named? Tariq Nasheed. Sit down with these guys and have real conversations with them about your talking points. Let's see how that turns out. Sit down with me and have those conversations. See how that turns out. One thing I can tell you that won't happen, I promise you won't put your hands on me like you had them punk little bitches in the office with you in your little room. Put hands on that one black chick. I noticed that the other coward bitch didn't jump in until they started fighting. Then they jumped in. Then you get up and you walk over there and try to manhandle people. But you notice we've never seen you do that with a guy. You're a punk ass coward. Tatum, you are a corny punk bitch too. Stevie Knight, another punk bitch. Y'all corny, man. So this is not just a thing of me just getting on Caucasian people. This is not that. This is me getting on them about their shit, but I'm coming after the bootlickers as well. And y'all got a whole video coming about y'all. Trust me on that. You can say whatever you want about me. I don't care. It doesn't bother me at all. Guess what you are? A punk bitch. Your boy's back in the building. And if this type of shit is too much for you, go watch Anton's corny ass argue with a bunch of females. Go watch that bullshit. Or go watch Myron argue with a bunch of females who really don't have high intellectual standing to combat his facts or his so-called facts anyway, his little statistics that he likes to bring out. Go watch that bullshit if this is too much for you. This is the wall where all the bullshit stops, and I'm back in the building. Like, comment, subscribe, leave in the comments what y'all want me to talk about next or who y'all want me to cook next. It's not a problem. It's not a problem at all. Let's go. Gang, gang. Bitches.